And Greg, we're here, close, couple days away. Belichick versus Brady in Foxboro. Has your thinking on this game changed at all as the week has gone on? We've been talking about it. You've been dealing with it. You've been looking at film. Any developing opinions as we're heading into Sunday?
Well, I think number one, I think there's a path for the Patriots to stay in this game. I think it's very tight and narrow. I think they borrow from, equal parts of, their game plans in the past against the Chiefs and the Bucs and things like that, which is basically like they want to shorten the game as much as possible. Defensively, you do that by, playing a lot of two deep safeties, keeping everybody back, making the Bucs have to go 6, 7, 8 yards at a time down the field. Hope that, you get a bounce here or there. I think offensively they're not going to be able to run the ball against this Bucs front. Not as long as Vita Vea and Ndamukong Suh are in the middle. I mean, if they might see some personnel matchups if the Bucs have to rotate on the interior where they might be able to steal a play here or there. But I think largely they just need to, and we saw this tactic from the Cowboys in the opener. We saw it at times, the Rams last game, shotgun 5 wide, maybe a running back where if you can get a double team against somebody, you might be able to get some yards. But you go shotgun spread and you just try to throw the ball real quickly and get, 3 or 4 or 5 yard chunks at a time and sort of use your passing game as your running game. I think if they do those things, they take care of the ball, they keep the Bucs in the ballpark. I think they can stay within striking distance. And then I think you need to hope for a defensive score or something that sets you up for a touchdown. And also, I think they're also going to need a special teams play in this game if they have any hopes of victory.
You'd imagine defensively they're going to throw a ton of DBs at them here and dare them to run, or you have too high safety and make it really difficult for Brady, or make him work for it, so to speak.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think that's what you do. You go, 2 or 3 down linemen. You probably have a linebacker. You have 6 or 7 defensive backs. I do think one of the also big keys in this game, if you want to keep Brady from unleashing hell on you, you're going to have to get pressure against him in the middle, and you're going to have to hit him early. I would not mind taking a personal foul penalty early in the game.
Ouch.
Because
Bounty.
Tom Brady, when he gets hit hard,
doesn't
early
like it
in the game, he starts to see ghosts. He starts to get sped up. He starts to make mistakes, and that's really the formula. And the Patriots should know what the formula is, and so they're going to have to find a way to hit him early. Maybe you send an all-out blitz. You go maybe bare front 46 defense and just freaking throw the house at him and come at him and level him on one of the first plays of the game. And I think that's all part of the formula if the Patriots are going to stay close, which I don't think that they are.
Well, and it's an interesting thing is ideally you want to try to get home with 4 if you can, but if you can't and he's sitting back there all day long, it doesn't matter what he's looking at. Eventually he's going to find something downfield. So you're right. Maybe the tactic is sell out, have him eat a few, take a few shots early. At least it'll be in his head. He might make a play on that play, but maybe a little bit down the line, he's going to be thinking about it.
Sort of, lose the battle early to win the war, where you're like, okay, he beats us. We're going to go all out blitz, but we're going to knock the crap.
We're going to hit him a few times.
And I do think, but the other side of the coin, John, is that Brady knows what the Patriots are thinking. He knows the way they have played against offenses like the Bucs. He knows that they're going to keep everything in front of them, and Brady's going to have a counter. I'll be interested to see what the counter is. I would not be surprised if they go hurry up. The Patriots aren't exactly deep, especially in the front, and those linebackers are slow. Go hurry up on the first thing, blitz down the field. I mean, I think
he's going to know the linebackers can't cover either. He's good. Yeah.
I think Brady's coming in here to put up a 50 burger on that scoreboard. And so he wants to go as fast as possible. I mean, I think he wants revenge, and I think he's Unless for some reason something tugs at his heartstrings during the game, this is going to be like, remember the Titans, run it up, Herman, leave no doubt.
Leave no doubt. So I guess my question is, whose knowledge of whom is the bigger, it matters more here? Is it Brady knows what they're going to throw at him, or Belichick knows what it's going to take to knock off Brady? Or maybe Brady knows that Belichick knows what he knows, and around and around we go? Or is it basically a wash? There's familiarity on both sides. It comes down to execution.
I think it's a wash, but if I had to give anybody an advantage, it would be Brady, because he has a team that's been together for 2 years. I mean, Belichick's trying to, he's trying to get pieces that have been here basically for like 3 months to work in unison. And to this point, John, the biggest problem in the season is that hasn't worked. It's, they have a really nice looking car, a lot of, nice bonuses in the package that they picked up for this car, and looks really good on paper. The problem is the steering won't work right for Belichick. He's going left, they're going right. Like it's the steering's all screwed up.
Right.
And with that in mind, I mean, Bill can't be the puppet master that we've seen against. Normally when they play the Chiefs and these teams, it's always late in the season. It's for sweeps. It's all that stuff. Week 4 with 11 new starters, they're not ready to pull off an upset like this. And if they do, if they do, it's going to be up there with one of Belichick's biggest coaching jobs ever, up there with the first Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I guess the final question is, you said Brady wants to come in, put up a 50 burger here. He's out for revenge, and that's understandable. But to whom does this game mean more? I'm going to argue Belichick needs this. Belichick needs at least a close game.
Yes.
More than Brady needs anything here, because Brady has, as we've talked about before, the big number 1 on the scoreboard, 1-0. He won a Super Bowl in year 1, first year away from the Patriots. This is going to hurt a lot for Bill Belichick if he gets if the Patriots get absolutely obliterated.
I will say the person who gains the most if they win is Belichick. I think that upsetting Tampa Bay in this game would go a long way to offsetting the Super Bowl title last year. Who stands the most by getting blown out? I mean, it's definitely Belichick. Belichick can lose. It's got to be close. It's got to be somewhat competitive. If he gets blown out, it makes it 2-0 Brady. If it's close, then people sort of look past this and they're just like, it was early. They excuse it. But if Bill gets blown out, it's 2-0 Brady. If Belichick wins, it's 1-1 going into, down the stretch this year and what happens next year.
Yeah, and I think Belichick needs this at least to be close. I think not that it matters to him personally, but the noise will be turned up to an insane level if the Patriots fall to 1-3 after getting lit up at home by Brady and the Bucs. So I do think there's a lot on the line here, because I think fans are going to lose whatever remaining patience they have with this team if they watch Brady come in here and just dance all over the Patriots' grave. So certainly a lot to watch for. It's been a week's worth of hype, but the game is finally here. So obviously make sure you subscribe to Boston Sports Journal for all the latest and all the game action. And Greg will be down there, of course. $39 a year, $5.99 a month, 11 cents a day. Best sports coverage in town by far.